I would take that. Yes,
I
sir.
would take that as well. Also, remember, kids, this is not just fantasy, not just MLB. It's a little bit more. It's also a little bit of betting. So without further ado, let's get to it. Our best bets of the day with, of course, me, Joey P, and the Welsh, brought to you by Bet365. Remember, when you sign up for Bet365, that you go ahead and use that promo code leading off. $5 will get you 150 in bonus bets. All right, Welsh, here we go. Our bets of the day on opening day, the things we're in on. Again, if you're just joining the show here, why are we wearing wigs? Well, because we hit an all-time high on our YouTube channel and subscribers this offseason, and we promise that we are men of our word. Goodness knows when we get to 20,000 what happens at Fantasy Pros MLB. But at the same time, Welsh, here's what I'm in on. Scooble, 6.5 Ks over, -115 over at Bet365. Pablo Lopez, 5.5 Ks over, -115. Also, Cleveland to win today. This is, to me, one of the best. Look, I'm just going to troll the A's all year long, and guess what? 100 times I'm going to be right. That's a good ratio. Cleveland, -1.5, +110. You're getting plus money on this. Or if you want to push it a little bit more, the alternate line is -2.5. You get it +175. I want to push it. If you're not comfortable, that's okay. But Scooble over on the strikeout prop, Pablo on the strikeout prop, and Cleveland to win by at least 1.5 or 2.5 if you're feeling lucky like I am today. Welsh, what do you have on the big board of bets today?
Well, I want to give one caveat. My top 2 prop bets of the day were Pablo Lopez and Tariq Skubal. So I'm going to just at least give you one. I really love the Pablo Lopez one. Last year, struck out 8, even in some walks on opening day last year. He's one of the big strikeout guys. I am all about Pablo Lopez because it's 5.5 -115 at Bet365, which, by the way, one of the better lines that I saw as that the line was actually ticking down a little bit. So something maybe to pay attention to if we're not in on it. But Pablo Lopez, 5.5 over on the strikeouts. I love a caveat because I love the Tariq Skubal one. And I did do this as well. You can get Tariq Skubal 6.5 over, Pablo Lopez 5.5 over, and get almost plus 249 on Bet365 if you want to parlay those two. Obviously, don't want to be a huge advocate of doing massive parlays and stuff, but I love those. In places where you can find alternate strikeouts, maybe even go like Skubal 6 and Lopez 5. You might have to pay relatively close to even money, but that's not too bad either. Speaking of Tariq Skubal, one I really like today is Detroit first 5 minus half of a run. So essentially, they've got to be up by a run. That's -120. We talked about it. If you guys haven't seen the video, go back and check out Craig Mish with both of us on Betting Pro.
Very high on Skubal, maybe the dark horse Cy Young candidate.
Well, that's what he said, because you like Luis Castillo and who's pitching today. I really like George Kirby. He was saying Tariq Skubal, look out as the dark horse Cy Young Award winner. So what better way than to come out slanging against the Kansas City Royals, who like to strike out? They had, I believe it was 8 strikeouts through the first 5 of their order on opening day last year. And you've got young guy, you got MJ Melendez hitting 5. You got Michael Garcia leading off. So I think the strikeout potential, it's there. So I'm dialed into that in general. But Pablo Lopez 5.5, Detroit first 5 minus half a run. And then this is one I was just kind of digging around. Gabriel Moreno total bases 1.5 plus 130. So that's a plus money bet that I'm going to jump in. And by the way, I said Royals, but that was Pablo Lopez going up against the Royals, which is another reason.
John Wick also.
Yeah, I know. I'm having a day with that. It's the wig that's getting to me. But that is a good reason to follow Pablo Lopez in general. Tigers got the White Sox. I don't need to lay out all those reasons. We're going to have tons of strikeouts on the front end. So both of those lie. But Detroit, first 5 up a run. Pablo Lopez, 5.5 strikeouts. Gabriel Moreno, total bases 1.5 over plus 130 on Bet365. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be jumping up and down for Gabby. Let's go.
Parlay of the day, in case you want to play it. Detroit -1.5 at -106. Cleveland -1.5 at plus 108. Baltimore -1.5 plus 118. All have their elite guys on the mound against weaker opponents. You put these 3 things together, you get plus 781. Throw a unit on that. And that, my friends, is your opening day of betting. Thanks to us here at Leading Off and, of course, Bet365.